I hope that's a cat near me. Um, Otherwise, I better start praying. Nah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's Dottie. She was been she's been in practically in some or most of my reviews, whether it's off screen or on screen. But in any case, I because Dottie's in this because she's a black and white cat. I thought I'd talk about a black and white character in The Nun. This is directed by Corbin Hardy, written by Gary Doberman and James Wan. James Wan actually also does. They also have done the story, um, and screenplay is also by Gary Doberman. And Gary Doberman also was doing the Annabelle movies, the first two Annabelle movies. Then we have the cast with Demian Bashir, and I'm looking at the screen, unfortunately or fortunately. Thaisa Farmiga, who is the younger sister of Vera Farmiga, Jonas Bloquet, and Bonnie Aarons. And Bonnie Aarons, who plays the nun. Um, so I remember the trailer being so fascinating because for starters, The Conjuring 2 made the nun famous because she plays an integral part in the story involving with Lorraine Warren, and it was she was creepy. There was some good jump scares from the nun, um, and people were like pretty thrilled. They thought it's like they kind of want to see a movie about the nun. Like, what's the story behind the nun other than the fact it's a demon? Um, and like, why is it dressed as a nun? So here we have the prequel spinoff of The Nun that tries to go into the backstory. And I remember the trailer being very good. It was scary. It had a really good atmosphere and how it's presented. It even shows the picture that was made in The Conjuring 2. So that was really good. Um, It even had. I also remember it had one of those kind of teaser trailer, like like few seconds trailer that's supposed to be um this is, your trailer's still buffering or you need to turn the volume up or whatever. It kind of tries to play subvert expectations or whatever, and then it just comes out with the nun scaring you, and that had to be taken away because it. I think some people got a heart attack from it, or were just really too scared and had nightmares about it. I don't remember exactly, but I remember it was taken away, taken off completely because it just scared too many people. Um, so we have the prequel for this, and when it released, I did see when it released. This did not do very well. Critics and audiences didn't seem to like it, and over time, it was known as the worst of the Conjuring films. Of course, that depends on who you ask. And when I saw it, I know I saw it during like the 2020s during the pandemic, and I agree. For my first viewing, my second viewing, well, go into the review. So in The Nun, it takes place in 1952 in a village in Romania. I don't know the name of the village, and frankly, I don't care. That might give you a suggestion how I feel about this movie. But in any case, Father Anthony Burke, played by Demian Bashir, sorry, and and a nun who has not completed her vows yet, Thaisa Farmiga, go investigate, and along with a delivery boy by the name, well, not boy, man, played by Jonas Bloquet, named Frenchie. And so they go investigate this abbey where an incident happened involving the death of a nun, and not the nun that the focus of the story. It's a nun. So they go over to investigate, find out what's going on with the abbey up in Romania, and most think it's a cursed place. Yet there seems to be still sisters, other nuns in the abbey. So they need to investigate, basically. So basically, it's like The Conjuring, but further back, another mystery involved, and um, and then we kind of see where things go from there. And after my second viewing, it's still not good. It's I still think this is the worst of the Conjuring films altogether. Granted, I haven't seen The Nun 2. And then, of course, we got later on, which I will review, Conjuring Last Rites. Um, so I don't know yet. But in any case, I really didn't see this as a very good movie. Um, I think in large part because I did not care about the characters. Father Damien Damien Bashir, as Anthony Burke, I mean, was okay, but he, I don't know. Sometimes when he's for his acting, he tries to channel like um, Antonio Banderas for some reason, or maybe that's just the accent. I don't know. Um, Teresa Farmiga, I mean, it's great that she's in this because it seems like there could be a connection with her and Lorraine Warren, and maybe, but they don't make it very clear, other than the fact that she has visions. So, and this is 1952, and Lorraine Warren this was, and the first Conjuring was like 1972 or 79. I don't remember actually now, but in any case, I don't know. They don't really make that connection. And of course, we have Frenchie, who I think he's kind of supposed to be the comedy relief, but thankfully he doesn't do a ton of comedy. But I don't know. Some of the lines are not written very well for him. Overall, I think the performance wise they're okay. They're just not interesting overall. Um, but I think Bonnie Aarons as the nun, nun, is still very good. The makeup's really good. Uh, Costume design's really good. But the other problem is the story, and that there's always inconsistencies. And the biggest problem I have is the scares. Not only is there a bunch of jump scares in this, which will probably annoy a lot of horror fans because they want more atmosphere or tension. It's just full on jump scares most of the time. But even so, there's still not good jump scares. There's like a jump scare involving this black ooze falling down the stairs, and that's it. That's supposed to be a jump scare, and it's not a good jump scare. And then you got the characters aren't supposed to be that smart, because I mean they get fooled into following certain things, and because I guess because we have to have it because it's part of the movie. We got to have these kind of setups or tropes, or whatever. But you think as a priest and as a nun, they'd be more wary and cautious about doing something like that. And I don't know. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm having a tough time kind of like trying to remember certain things or figure out what I'm talking about. I mean, if I had to say anything good about the Nun, is that at least the look, the design, production, is very well done. They just don't utilize it that much, or make it as suspenseful or tense. And going back to scares, I mean, some of them it's pretty predictable. Overall, they reuse certain moments from The Conjuring 2, um, like the nun's shadow, um, and whatnot. I don't know, and it just wasn't creative. And there's like a moment where the scare was supposed to be like a snake, and that's not. It's not scary. Um, I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of people who love this movie. I don't. This is I mean, and I think the other thing is what made the Annabelle, even the first Annabelle, at least more memorable, other than certain aesthetics, is the fact that this is supposed to be based on an actual doll that was in the Warrens Museum. And with that story, whether most of it's fictionalized or not, at least it was real on supposed to be based on a real thing. This one is completely fabricated. It has nothing to do. It's nothing to do with based on a true story or anything. It does, however, involve the demon name, which I won't give for spoiler reasons. But it has. If you've seen the Conjuring 2, you know. Um, but the description of that particular demon doesn't exactly is very different than this one, and because it's a nun, it's a demonic nun. It could have been creative. It's not. Um, I know I feel like this is going to be kind of a short review overall. Um, I don't know. I think I give this 1 star. Like I said, it does have. I like the look. I like the design production, the production design overall. I think it's good. But they don't utilize it so much. Um, and I'm sure the actors in this film are doing the best they got with what they got, but I think something just got lost in translation. Um, Overall, maybe and probably I think the first thing is like let James Wan do it, but he has I guess he was busy. He was busy with other projects, so they couldn't get him to do it, or they wanted to try again. So it yeah, I wouldn't recommend this unless you really are curious. Does it does play a big part in the first Conjuring and the second Conjuring? Do you need to to see it at all? Um, Not really. You can't. I don't think you really need to see it because, like I said, they don't even connect Sister Irene with Lorraine Warren because both sisters. Hi. I'm almost finished. They don't connect the sisters and the actresses that who are sisters in this, so it just didn't seem. It seems kind of was just shoved out the window, shoved out there too quickly. So I don't know. Yeah, I give this 1 star. I wouldn't recommend, but up to you. But what are your thoughts on the Nun? Leave in the comments below. Give a like or dislike if you want. And feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye.